All right. To those watching the recording, I am so sorry. I forgot to record everything. We are in the middle of a navigation bar here. We have an index with a unordered list with an ID tag nav, list items with anchor tags. It's gonna be hard to explain. We'll just keep going. Hopefully, you can recover. I'll also post like the link to the actual code later, so you can see the code itself. Oh no, Lucky's gone. Um, hmm. Was she kicked out? And she's back. Hello. All right. We will continue regardless of the people watching the recording. All right. After padding, we'll also do one more special thing. We'll do text dash decoration none. I'll post that in the chat so you can just copy it down so you don't misspell it. Text decoration just means all that extra stuff on the text, particularly that little underline we have on the URL. And just take that away. That way you don't have, like, most nav bars don't have an actual link symbol. All right, and before I move on, if anyone has anyone gotten this working? Has anyone in this stage?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And okay, the final thing I'm going to do is, you notice in most navigation bars, when you hover over them, something happens to show you, you're hovering over it. There is a very interesting way of doing that. The way is to do something called, we do dash or dot link, and then colon hover, colon hover. I believe I've gotten that right. Colon hover just means when I'm hovering over this thing, change the attributes to something else. What I'll change it to is a background dash color red. And now when I hover over it, each one changes to the color red. This is probably my favorite thing to do in CSS. I love the hovering. And you can do that with colon
Isn't that
hover.
outdated nowadays where most of the things are touchscreen devices?
Yes, that's true. That's why we'll also do one other thing. I'll show you in a second. But yeah, hover, it's still fun to do for the people who are on computers. But yeah, almost all things that use a mouse nowadays, people don't tend to care about anymore. Because everyone's on a phone. But there is also another thing here, which we'll do link and then I believe, what is it called? Select. I'm gonna try a couple keywords here. Basically, there are a lot of keywords you can do for like how you're interacting with that particular element. try a couple here. No, not select. Okay, I'm gonna look it up real quick. All right, active is what it's called. Link active. And now if you see here, I'm taking out the hover. I'm writing link colon active, also same background color. And now if I click the contact, you see on the moment I'm clicking it, it changes the color. And I'll keep hover because it's fun. And in fact, I'll make the red, I'll do a light red. Or maybe I'll go ahead and select the red itself and just do a slightly lighter red. Now if I run it, I do still have hover. All right, I still do have hover. And if I click on it, if, why, okay, oh yeah. That, it's being overwritten. Huh, okay. This, okay. Sorry if I'm kind of stuttering a lot here. I am remembering something that I have not done in a long time. And this is where the order of your element in CSS actually does matter. There's a way around it, but the main thing here is that I have two different things going. I have a hover and I have an active. Active just means when you click on it, and hover is when you hover over it. When it's hovering, I have a background color red, but when it's active, I have a different background color. Now, those are going to override in some way, because most of the time on a computer, when I'm hovering, I'm all like if I'm active, if I'm clicking on it, I'm also hovering. And the way it overrides is there's no kind of like broader or more specific. It's not like you're doing an ID or a tag. You don't override in the normal way. You actually override based on what is put last. So here, because the active is put after the hover, it will override the hover when the active is activated. So that is the very specific time where it does matter your order. Any questions on that?
No, not really.
All right. In that case, once you are done writing this code down and you see it kind of works, then tell me you're done. All right, how are you doing, Finya?
I don't get it. It's not hovering.
Huh.
Again, not background. Erase the N.
computer is so picky when it comes to spelling.
Yeah. If you would like it, you can share your screen if it's still not working. Unless you got it.
Yes.
All right.
I
All
don't
right.
get it. It's still not working. It's still not working.
All right. Go ahead and share your screen then. I can see your code.
Let's see.
Maybe it has to be the same color or something.
Screen.
All right. Okay, I see. You actually have background space color, and then like you here, and then you put it after the colon. Probably it's a mistype. Should be background dash color, and the colon after the color.
Like this.
Oh, yeah, yeah, just the colon there. All right, that should work if you run it.
Okay.
All right. I see it's a little bit different here too.
Yeah, exactly.
I believe you've also misspelled a couple other backgrounds. On line 11, are sure you have a D there at the end? Oh no, actually, never mind. No, you got okay. Yeah, actually, never mind. It does in fact look the same. I just yeah, okay. I would suggest a color other than light blue because it looks like you're selecting it.
So red. So like red.
So, no, on line 11, I mean, for the actual background color of the nav, it just looks like maybe it's a little bit darker, you know. All right, and last thing I'm noticing, are you sure you have?
You can't see that.
Oh yeah. Um.
Letter.
Oh, I see. One other thing. Yep, that looks good. On line 14, you do not have a period right before the link. You see here, I have actual dot right before the link.
Okay.
All right, there we go. PTC, without it, you actually weren't. You didn't have any of this stuff here, so it looks a little strange. All right. Good job.
Why?
Rapper cannot open YouTube. That's fine.
Yeah, we'll fix that later. When we're this is going to be sort of a whole project. So actually, if you would like to, go ahead and just click on the wait. Shoot. Okay. Let me share my screen here. Where is my Zoom? All right, I'll share my screen. And if you go here, up here, click on it and just type in like a new name. We'll call it awesome website, because I'm not gonna have enough time today to show you everything I would like. So we'll keep working on it next week and so forth. We'll have be a whole project to make it, because there's so much stuff you can learn just by making an entire real website. And that way REPL can easily save it and you can see it later. All right. Now that we have an actual navigation bar, let's go ahead and make some pages. We will keep the nav bar up here, go to our index.html, and we will make some pages here. We'll say this will be the home page. We'll just have an H1 here. We'll say welcome to the home page. And I will I'll go ahead and Google the lorem ipsum. There we go. I just copy all this lorem ipsum text. And on P, there we go. Now I have a H1 and some text, and this will be the home page. Now, if I wanted to make another page, I'll go ahead and go to Add File and type in about.html.
Teacher, I thought when you copy things from the internet, don't you have to like tell the computer where you get the source from, or else it will put the website in very low rates so people can't really find it?
Yeah, that's a more, specific thing to making a, actual website for like if you want people to come to the website. This is just more of a test website, so we can take the lorem ipsum. In fact, actually, the point of lorem ipsum is to use the generator. So if you go down here and click on generate, you get a bunch of the random text. And we will use that just to, that's what I'm using to like have extra text on the website, but the goal will be to write your own text. Once we're done, the goal is to have like a full, page about yourself, page for yourself and who you are. But for now, I'm just using some dummy text. All right. So let's go to our about.html file, and we'll actually just take our index file. I'll select all of it, copy it, and paste it into our about file. Now, this file isn't going to be run. You will not be able to see the file for now. We will change it though. We'll say welcome to the about page. We'll use some different text. I'll take this part of the lorem ipsum. Oh, in case you're not familiar, lorem ipsum is a generated random text for whenever you need text but don't know what to put in. You could just grab some lorem ipsum. So we'll go ahead, grab that whole thing, and put it in our about. And if we run that, we do not see it because we cannot get there right now. I'll go ahead and post lorem ipsum in the chat if you would like it. It is a very useful thing for making tests.
I put it in Google already, but I think it did the wrong tab or something.
What's the problem?
Oops. I think I put it in the wrong tab or
something.
Here.
Which one of these should I take?
The first one, the generator.
Oh yeah, it's down here.
It's the generator, and then you can.
Yeah, you click generate and you get a bunch of dummy text.
And then copy. Go ahead,
yep.
Copy. in the
Yes.
snack book.
Mhm.
And Kobe.
Quinn,
Yeah.
I do not have the about.html.
Oh yeah.
So I create that.
Yes, you go up here on File. There's an Add File button. I'll try to zoom in here. You see this little button right here. You do Add File, and then you can name it about.html.
Okay.
All right, I'll give everyone a chance to catch up. The main thing is for the about, we'll just copy the index and then paste it in the about, so we still have the same website, the same nav bar. Just change it to about page, and then you don't have to add the lorem ipsum text. It doesn't really matter. Just some way to know that you're in the about page. Shoot. I have accidentally taken out my video. All right, I've accidentally taken out my video and I cannot get it back. I do not know why, but we will move on. And when you are done and you have a about page here, you can just post in chat, tell me you're done.
Yes, done. The about has to have all the other stuff like the index too, right? The whole navigation thing, everything is copied.
Yeah, everything should be copied. That way you can actually be able to go back to the home page and everything. All right, now let's go ahead and we will, first of all, even in our about page, go ahead and delete that YouTube link here. Make sure to just delete the link inside the href and not anything else. And also in our index, we'll delete that YouTube link. And then in our about tag, we would do another href, and we'll go to /about.html. Now I haven't actually tested it out, but let's see if it works. Run about, and there we go. Now when we click about, we go to the about page, and we have our lorem ipsum text. All right, tell me if you can get that to work. If you can get to the about page.
It's not really working.
Huh.
I don't see
Here.
where the problem is.
Yeah, you can go ahead and share your screen then. And I'll see what's wrong.
It looks right.
All right, now what happens when you click about? Oh, I see the problem. You have that in your about.html. And you should have that in your index. We'll have the same thing in the about later, but for now, the index is where we actually want to put in that href about.html. Because the nav bar in the about.html actually isn't the same as the nav bar in the index. It is a whole different nav bar, and we can't get to it.
Okay.
There you go. Good job. All right. And when you're done with that, you can go ahead and fill out the rest of this here. In the index, we don't need, we can just put slash index.html if we want to, or we can leave it blank. In the about, though, we do need to go ahead and do index.html in the href, because otherwise we can't get back to the home page. So now if I run it, I start off from the home page, I can click about to go to the about page, and home again to go back to the home page.
Yeah. At home, do href here, and you say slash index html slash.
Will you be able to share your screen, Queen?
Yes, I just realized I wasn't. All right. Yes. So on the index here we have href about.html, and the about page we also have on the home button an index.html link. And now if we run it, we can click on about to go to the about page and home to go to the home page. And when you're done, you can tell me you're done.
I'm done.
All right, good job.
I'm good.
All right. Now we'll do depending on we may or may not make the contact. But the main thing here is that we now have multiple pages. Let's see. Let's go ahead and add one more bit of styling to our navigation. So far, I've kind of given you the water hose of different CSS stuff. Margin, padding, we've used padding a bit here to make the text a little nicer. You never want text to be like right on the edge of something. It doesn't look good. You always want to add some padding or some margin to put it a little bit more in the middle. The last thing we'll do is go ahead and add a border. The border will just be a slight solid border around each button. To add the border, we'll go onto the link class, type in border, colon. And now border has some particular things you have to remember on using it. I what is it again? Okay, it is first the width of the border, how big the border is going to be. We'll do 1 pixel. The type of border we'll do solid, and the color we'll do black. So 1 pixel, solid, black. And if I run it, I get a border around our buttons. I'll move that to 3 pixels so you can see it a bit better. There you go, now it's a big border. And once you have done that, tell me you're done.
Done.
Good job. All right. And now there are many types of borders we can do. I'll actually show you a couple cool things. There's a whole ton of customization you can do to borders. The main thing to remember though is first thing is the size of the border. The second is the type of border. There are many types we can use, and the third thing is the color. So what I want to do is I'll go to the about page. And below our H1, I'll add an image. Technically, I will have this image be of myself, but I don't want to do that right now. I'll go ahead and add a better image, an image of Baby Yoda. Because Baby Yoda looks way better. I'll do copy image address for the Baby Yoda. And you can use whatever image you want. And I'll give, src here, I'll give the link. And now if I run it, I'm going to get a very big image here probably. And one important thing to note is that the image will not be on the home page. The image will be on the about page. Now we'll go ahead and make the image smaller. I'll go to my styles. I'll put it near the top here. Go IMG. Width. We'll do 200 pixels. And now if we go to my about page, I get a small Yoda. Once you've done that, you can say you're done.
Done.
Good job. All right, Finya, how's it going there with the image?
I think it's done.
All right. What's the problem?
I forgot to put the image. I have to put the image first.
Yeah. All right, and once we got the image, we will. And now to add a border, you're not necessarily going to remember like it, every single thing. So what I like to do is just to practice looking stuff up here. I'm gonna go ahead and show you I'll type in CSS and border. W3 schools is great for any information, and it shows you a bunch of borders. It shows you the different border styles here. You got dotted, dash, solid, double, groove. And it doesn't show like the actual way to do it for some reason. Here, let's go to Developer Mozilla. There we go. That's a little better. You see 2-pixel dotted. Not getting a good thing, but basically you do see here you have the width, you have the type, and then you can also have the color. It also shows that it's a little lenient, like you can just put the style, or you can just put the style and the color, you don't have to put every single one every time, but you do have to do it in the order width, style, color. Now for our image, I'm going to use border 5 pixels. The type, I'm going to do inset. Inset is a lot like framing an image. It kind of looks like a frame. Inset, and I'll do gold. 5 pixels, inset gold. If I run it, go to my about page, I get a little frame here. It kind of looks like a picture frame. I'm framing my prized possession, the baby Yoda. And when you're done with the image and getting the border set up, tell me you're done.
Teacher, I forgot a bit. Could you show the about page again?
Yeah. It is just an image right here with the IMG, and then src equals, and then the link. All right, how's it going, Finya? Having any troubles?
I'm not sure. I didn't try it.
If you'd like, you can share your screen.
Inset, and then make it gold. 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 Semicolon.
So contact. Go on contact.
border, you have to put a colon, something like this.
Yeah, programming languages are not lenient about missing little syntax stuff. Every colon, every semicolon, all needs to be accounted for.
Only it cannot find the picture.
Yeah, I don't think it can find the picture.
All right, here I can go ahead and
I don't think
I
it can
put
find
the URL that I'm using in chat. And you can go ahead and just copy that URL and put it in.
You copied the whole thing.
Hmm?
You copied the whole thing. Oh, it's already copied. Let's put it in. Why does it come? Why does it come with the about? Shouldn't it be on? Did we put it on contact?
No, on the about page.
Oh,
That's fine.
okay.
Yeah, I haven't actually made the contact file yet. But yeah, it should be on the about. We'll make the contact later. We'll do like forms and stuff, maybe next week.
But where's the border? I don't see the border. I think it's too small. 1px. Make it like 20%.
I'll say 5 is probably good. 20 is gonna be pretty big. But yeah, if I do it at 1, it is gonna be pretty small. Yeah, it's almost too hard to see. 20 is gonna look very big here.
That looks
Yeah,
good.
it's very big.
That
All right, so you got it
works.
working. All right, good job. Um, let me think here. We could try to do one more thing before time's up. Let's see. Where is? Second. Can't see my monitor. Okay.
You have to share your screen again.
All right. We'll do one more thing here quickly before we end class. And that is showing an active area. Basically, we'll have a different color for the link we're currently on. That way we know which one we're on. It's very easy to do. We will just go ahead here. We'll go on the L1 itself this time, and for the particular file we're on, for example, in the index file, we'll go to the home list element. We'll give that a class equals active. And for the about one, we'll go on the list element outside the about and give that one the class equals active. And now in our style, we will, near the bottom here, go dot active and just give it a different background color. We'll do background dash color. I'll put in red and then I'll select, I want a slightly darker red. Not too dark, but a little bit darker. And now if I run it, the home is a bit darker right away. That way you know which part you're on. If we go to about, the about is a little, actually looks a little brighter. But it's still darker than when you hover or click. And this is all done just by putting a class on the list element here, outside the anchor, and making sure to do it on the particular button that your file is on. And you can tell me when you are done with that. Oh, and you can also
I'm
say if you
done.
have. Oh, good job. And you can also say if you're having any problems.
I don't think it worked. When I
All
hover,
right.
it's red. But
Share.
could I share my screen?
Yes.
It's not really red. It
All
gets
right.
blue on big.
Go ahead and go to your index.html. Can you go back to your CSS? I am not sure. Okay, go back to your HTML one more time.
Oh. Yeah.
See? Another typing mistake. Just a typing mistake.
Yep. That is going to be most of your mistakes in programming. Like half of them are going to be like, oh no, I misspelled it. All right, that looks good. Good job. And
it's not working with about though. I don't.
Because you don't have done it, you have to do it with the about page too.
Oh.
Yes, on the about HTML, you also have to put the class active, and you have to put it on the correct. Make sure to put it on the correct link, or on the correct L1 here, LI. You're on the second one. And if you have gotten this far, good job. You have a real website. You have a nav bar to go to different pages. And as we go along, we'll keep adding to this website. So make sure to name it. And if you'd like, you can go ahead and replace some of this lorem ipsum with real text you want. Text about yourself, make a real about page here. And we will see you next week to continue this. Next we will probably go ahead and make that contact page, learn some form inputs, and if this whole thing was a lot, I know we introduced a whole lot of stuff here, but the main point is to know that this stuff exists. Know that, display block and padding and like text decoration borders. The point is to know that it exists. That way later you can go ahead and when you don't remember how to use it, you can look up. And then when you see padding, you're like, oh, right, yeah, that makes spacing. All right. Hope everyone had a good time. Thank you for coming. Hope you would learn something.
I really like it. It's actually much better than the kids class. The kids class is always so full, and I didn't really learn effectively. And it's really nice mapping how many people here are and how many people there are.
Yeah. Yeah. It is a lot of people there. It's also, depending on like your level of coding knowledge, like a lot of people when going through this class, they're not going to understand. They're going to be very intimidated by all this stuff I just dumped on, right? But once you like know it after a certain amount, you can just be told like all this stuff and you can get it, But yeah, very good job everyone. And any question before we end class?
We will have a class on Friday or just next Tuesday?
Just next Tuesday, yeah.
Okay, sure.
All right.
Thank you so much, Queen.
Thank you for coming, and goodbye.
Bye.